If you're a physician planning to work in Dubai, getting your DHA license is one of the most important steps in your relocation. It's not just about uploading your CV and waiting for approval. It's a formal, multi-stage process that ensures Dubai's healthcare system remains among the most respected in the region. In this video, I'll walk you through what you actually need to know to get licensed by the Dubai Health Authority, from eligibility and documentation to exams, timeframes, costs, and common mistakes that can cost you months. Let's start with the essentials. To apply for a DHA license, you need a valid MBBS or MD from an accredited university and at least 2 years of clinical experience. You also need an active license from your home country, a good standing certificate from your medical council, malpractice insurance, and a medical fitness certificate. All documents must be in English or officially translated. The UAE follows a tiered system when it comes to recognizing medical qualifications. If your degree is from a Tier 1 country, like the UK, US, or Canada, you may not need post-specialization experience. But if you're from a Tier 2 or Tier 3 country, you'll typically need 2 to 3 years of experience after your specialization to qualify as a specialist or consultant. It's essential to check where your degree falls in the DHA's Professional Qualification Requirements, or PQR. Now, let's talk about the types of licenses. Most doctors apply for one of 4 options: general practitioner, specialist, consultant, or temporary. Each has its own eligibility rules based on your qualifications and experience. For example, you can't apply as a specialist if you haven't officially completed your postgraduate training and met the experience requirement for your tier. Once you're sure you qualify, the application process begins through the Sharian portal. First, you create an account and do a self-assessment to check your eligibility. Then, you submit your documents for primary source verification, also known as PSV, through a service called Dataflow. This step checks your degrees and licenses directly with the institutions that issued them. It's one of the most common sources of delay, so make sure every detail is accurate. After verification, most applicants are required to take the DHA Prometric exam. This is a computer-based test that assesses your medical knowledge. Some physicians will also need to take an oral assessment, particularly if you're applying as a specialist or consultant. Certain international qualifications, like the American Board or the UK's CCT, may exempt you from testing altogether, but only if listed as such in the PQR. Once you pass, your license is issued and you can begin practicing after activating it through an employer or clinic. So how long does it all take? For general practitioners, the process typically takes between 2 and 4 months. For specialists and consultants, it can stretch to 3 or even 5 months, depending on your responsiveness, the quality of your documentation, and whether you're managing the process yourself or working with a consultant. The costs also vary. For GPs, the full process, including verification, exams, and application fees, usually runs between 3,000 and 5,000 dirhams. For specialists and consultants, it's typically between 4,000 and 8,000. Be aware that this doesn't include translations, corrections, exam rescheduling, or any clinic onboarding fees, nor the service fee of a consultant if you choose to seek professional help. A DHA license is valid for 1 year. You'll need to renew it annually, and if you miss your renewal window, you're fined 600 dirhams per month. After 6 months, your license is automatically canceled, and you may need to reapply from scratch. Let's now talk about rejections because, unfortunately, they happen more often than you'd think. Some of the most common reasons for rejection include submitting a degree from a non-accredited university, missing clinical experience, inconsistent job titles across documents, gaps in practice, and failing the licensing exams. DHA allows only 3 attempts at the Prometric exam. If you fail all 3, you'll need to apply through a different authority, like MOHAP, to get a 4th and final chance. If you've already been disqualified, don't panic. Depending on the reason, there are ways to resolve the issue, such as filling missing experience, redoing document verification, or applying under another UAE authority. And finally, let's talk about expert help. While it's possible to complete this process on your own, many physicians underestimate how administrative and unforgiving the system can be. At Happich Consulting, we help doctors from all over the world get licensed in Dubai without delays or unnecessary rejections. We review your documents, prepare your file according to DHA standards, and advise you on exams and renewal timelines. If you're planning to work in Dubai, get your licensing right the first time. Visit felixhappich.com for expert guidance and a streamlined path to your DHA license. Thanks for watching, and best of luck on your journey to practice in Dubai.